So now, my students, we are proceeding looking on the organic constituent, that is the protein. And now in this session, we are going to start looking on the categories of a protein. Categories of a protein. And simply here we can say that due to their complexity, it is difficult to classify proteins molecularly into a single well-defined category. So tuliangalia complexity of this protein. It is very complex. Ukicompare na zile lipid na carbohydrate zilikuwa ni very simple, lakini hii protein starting from the structure, ndani yake kuna different kind of bond, tumeweza kuziona zaidi ya 5. Lakini tukiangalia kwenye hile zile organic constituent nyingine we have only one kind of bond which are used to make all of the organic constituent and their classes. But here in the proteins, now you can see we have a lot of bonds which are used to contribute on the shape of the protein. So due to that, ndipo ambapo tunasema kwamba it is difficult to classify protein molecule in a single well-defined category. Kwa kutokana na hivyo sasa, starting from the structure, starting from the properties, starting from the structure in general, that is the type of bonds and so on. So ndiyo ambayo ina bring about the complexity of the protein. Kwa hiyo sasa hatuwezi tukaclassify hizi protein in a single way or in a well-defined category. Therefore, now we have about a lot of classification of protein. And this one, it is the first category of classifying protein. And in the classifying of this protein, now we have got about 3 categories. And the first one, it is called the fibrous protein. This protein form long polypeptide chain cross-linked at intervals, forming long fibers or sheath. We're going to see this in the 1.35 fibers protein. Fibers protein ni protein ambayo inatengenezwa na long chain ya polypeptide protein ambayo zimebi cross-linked at intervals, forming long fibers or sheath. Hiyo ndio tunaita fibers protein. But also this fibers protein this fibers protein, they can be classified according to their structure, composition, level of organization, and the function. This slide should start first and then to be followed with the fibers protein. So kwa maana kwamba kwenye classifying of the protein, now we have kutokana na complexity nature ya protein, tunasema kwamba protein can be classified according to their structure, composition, level of organization, and the function. Kwa hiyo sasa sisi tumeanza kuclassify protein based on the structure, na hapo ndipo ambapo tumeiona ile ya kwanza ambayo inaitwa fibrous protein, ambapo sasa hii fibrous protein tuliyoiona hapa according to structure tumesema inatengenezwa na long polypeptide chain ambayo maybe close linked at interval, forming a long fibers or a sheath. So by starting, this one it is what I was explaining. Kwa maana kwamba based on the structure, that is based on the structure, protein are categorized as the first one, which is the fibers protein, but also we have globular protein and also we have intermediate protein. Kwa kwenye kuclassify ile protein based on the structure, we have almost 3 classification of this protein based on the structure. The first one, it is fibers. The second one, it is the globular. The last one, it is the intermediate protein. So now we are discussing on the fibers protein. That is, their shapes resemble long ribbons or fibers. That is, fibrous protein are mostly found in animals and are usually insoluble in water as well as in other aqueous media. So tukija kuangazia kwenye hizi fibrous protein, tunasema kwamba shape yake inakuwa inafanana sawa na zile ribbons or fibers, kwa maana kwamba ile mikunjo. I hope you know the ribbons. So ukiangalia ile ribbon zinakuwa na mikunjo mingi sana, the same as the fibrous protein. So the fibrous protein are mostly found in animals and are usually insoluble in water as well as in aqueous media. So these fibrous protein, they are insoluble in water and also in aqueous media, they are insoluble. So fibrous protein aid in protection and structural support. So hizi fibrous protein zinasaidia sana kwenye protection na pia kwenye structural support. Na tulisema tu hizi zinapatikana kwenye animal. So what are the examples of fibrous protein? Examples of the fibrous protein include the collagens ambazo zinapatikana kwenye tendon, kwenye bones and other connective tissues. But also we have the myosins which are found in the muscle, and also we have the keratin which is found in the nails, the horns, the hairs, the furs and the feathers. Kwa hii fibrous protein, I hope you can even identify into our normal situation, kwa maana kwamba hizi fibrous protein zinapatikana kwenye collagens. Mfano wa hizi collagens unaweza ukaona tuna tendons, bones and other connective tissue, that is cartilage. Pia kwenye ile cartilage unakutana na hizi collagen or these fibrous protein. Pia kwenye muscles there is a presence of the myosin. Myosin is a protein which is found within the muscles. But also the keratin kwenye zile exposed structure. Now you can see we have the protein which are found in your nails and the horn of animals, for instance the cow. We have within the hairs we have the protein. Kwa hiyo kwenye nywele pia kuna protein ambayo inaitwa keratin. Pia kwenye furs, kwenye manyoya baadhi ya animal unakutana na hizi keratin, and feathers, for instance in the birds. So you can find the presence of this fibrous protein. So now let's see the structure of a fibrous protein. This is the keratin. Remember the keratin, examples of keratin. You can see the keratin, they are found within the nails, the horn, the hairs, the fur and the feathers. All of them they have a protein. So now let's see the structure of a fibrous protein. This one is the structure of a fibrous protein. As kwenye ile structure tuliona kwamba structure yake ya hizi fibrous protein inakuwa kama ribbon, imejinyongolota fulani hivi, imejikunja, ina mikunjo sana kama zile ribbon ukiangalia. So huu ndio muundo wa fibrous protein. And remember, while we are discussing on the structure of the protein, tumesema kwamba inatengenezwa na different interaction or different forces which contribute to this structure. So this foundation which are found within the keratin or within the fibrous protein, it comes from that interaction. That is the those bonds, that is hydrogen bond, the disulfide link called disulfide bond. Also it comes from the ionic bond, hydrophobic interaction and itself polypeptide bond. Ndio ambayo ina contribute to this nature or to this appearance. So my student, for more clarification on the other type or on the classification of the protein based on the structure, that is tunaenda kuongelea sasa globular protein na ile intermediate protein into the next session. And by saying so, thank you for following us Educare TZ, and bye bye, have a nice moment.